Oh yeah, huge.
And you have your own Barbie town. And
I
so
do.
I was wondering, what was your experience playing with Barbie dream houses as a kid and growing up? And did that help inspire or guide you to want to become the designer you are today?
Yeah, so I absolutely love playing with my Barbie dream houses and all the play sets. My absolute hands down favorite one was the Barbie A-frame house. That house was so architecturally significant. And even back then, I would take that Barbie A-frame and add to it and remix it and take it apart and find different ways to rebuild it. And still to this day, even in my own little Barbie land, I am doing that with that Barbie A-frame house. So I would say, yeah, definitely my, childhood throwbacks inspired the Barbie town definitely that I just have right now. As far as design goes, yeah, I can have some whimsy, some fun, toy or some, comedic humorous moments that would be inspired by, a large playful brand such as Barbie. But yeah, mainly I was inspired definitely to do that room from what Barbie was and what Barbie has been in the past.
Talked a little bit about your experience with Barbies. How would you say that playing with Barbies has impacted you? You spoke a little bit about how it impacted you as a storyteller. Was there anything from that experience that you kind of took with you into adulthood, or like maybe like in your writing or anything like that?
I mean, I can't think of one specific thing, but absolutely, because I mean, the whole point of my play with Barbies was to have these like weeks long, epic, long sagas that would span decades, in Barbie's life, and I think that was part of my practice, my first stabs at world building and like, sort of trying to come up with epic stories. So while I can't specifically say like, oh, this book that I wrote was this saga that I played with Barbie, I could say that that was the one thing that I didn't quit, right? Like even when I had to get rid of all of my Barbies, I didn't quit still making up stories. And so in a way, Barbie was she was my training wheels for that. And so yeah, that's what I think. That was the impact that it had to me. It was my first sketches.
Just said. And one thing I kind of want to home in on a little is the gender dynamic that you were talking about. Like, to be honest, you are the first boy that I have on the show, which I'm very excited.
Oh,
I wanted to interview more boys that like have
yeah.
experience with dolls. And so, even before you got into makeup, growing up, was it an issue for you to play with dolls? Were your parents supportive, or did you have to do it kind of in hiding?
Yeah, my parents were super supportive. My siblings were another story where they would say things like man up all the time. They're like, you're getting older, like you need to stop playing with dolls and like get into more manly things. Like especially cuz I was homeschooled. So I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out and my siblings were very adamant on like, he needs to go to school, and they would argue with my parents all the time, and they felt like the dolls were a problem until it started making money. And I feel like I learned, unfortunately, at a very young age, the social dichotomy of how people treat you differently when you're making money for something. So my passions had to be financially lucrative in order for them to gain respect. So that's why I kind of pioneered this quote unquote empire on YouTube, because when I would tell them, and then they would like brag about me to all their friends and other family members, that I was making money off of doing doll videos on YouTube. So I had, and I mean have a homophobic sector of my family that kind of excluded my mom when I came out. And then when I started making money from YouTube, all of a sudden it was more respected. So in that front, it was difficult being a boy having dolls.
Barbie cosplayers, are you also Barbie collectors?
Oh, you should see his room. Well, so when I was a little Ken, I couldn't have Barbie dolls. But I was able to get like Disney dolls. 'Cause like Barbie was a little too all the way, like that's for girls for sure. So I had a lot of Ariel dolls. Well, I had one Ariel doll finally. Slowly I got a few. But I was more of a gem boy. I liked Barbie too. But I liked Barbie and the Rockers. So that was my era. But yes, I have a lot of dolls, and I don't have like a lot of the Barbie dolls that we're dressed as today. I never had any of those Barbies. I had like Barbie as so-and-so, like the collector ones, things like that.
That's awesome. And did you have any Barbies?
Oh yeah, I didn't have like the biggest collection, but like I still love Barbie. I still walk down the aisle to check out what are the latest Barbies that are out on the market right now. And I did have two Kens, one that was blonde and one that was brunette. So we did share, and it was a happy, lovely community. And the day that I gave my Barbies away to a little girl in a yard sale was a hard thing to do, but kind of like Toy Story 3, it was just something that felt like I had to pass on to the next generation.